Are you satisfied with living in the hood? Or do you want to make it out the hood? I believe God has designed the hood for us to propel in life, to become successful. Many of us that are a part of the black history and know everything, we've been through a lot. We've been hurt, we've been bruised, we've been battered. But God has still kept us. There's too much of this and not enough of this. God's trying to get us to a place where the black communities can join together and fight together to be successful together. Too much black on black crime. Too much black parents getting involved in fights and arguments and splitting up the family. Too much black commotion. Too much. That's not what God has for us. God has more for us. And that goes for any other race that's in the hood. Just because you're there don't mean you're designed to be there. God has designed the hood for us to be successful, to work hard. So that way when we get to our point in life, we look back and we say, God, thank you. Because if it wasn't for me learning everything I learned in the hood, I would never be achieving what I'm achieving now. How about becoming a lawyer, a doctor, a mayor, a president, an athlete? Why do you have to become a gangbanger, an alcoholic, a drug dealer? That's not what God has for you. That's not what God designed the hood for, as much as we think that it is. But God has designed the hood for a way out where we can see life from a different perspective. For when we're out the hood, we can look back and give back to the hood. To transform the hood into an opportunity where many black children's, black parents can make it. Not have to live on welfare for the rest of their life. Not have to be on Social Security for the rest of their life. But to be successful and dominate. God has given you the power to dominate and call those things that are not as though they are. But the only way that's going to happen in the black community is if we stop doing this and start doing this. When everything is broken, when you're crying, look up. Tell him what you need. Don't continue to just seek his hands for what he gives you, but seek his face because you love him for who he is. And once you seek him for who he is, he will add everything to you that you need. The hood is not designed for us to stay there. The hood is designed for us to get out of there. To be successful. Black folk, Spanish folk, Guatemalan, Mexican, whatever race it may be. To be successful people. Not to stay there. Not to be on Roman noodle budgets. Not to worry about taking the bus. But God designed it so we can look at it and say, this is not what God has for me. He has so much more for me. Give God the broken pieces so he can put it back together and show you who you really are. And not what the men or the women or your mother or your father have told you who you were going to be. God knew who you were going to be before you were even formed in the womb of your mother. He's created you to be successful, dominate, dynamic, powerful. You still want to be in the hood? God's created more for you. God bless you. Words of encouragement, Kingdom Business.